So listen to this story. It's one of those wild ones that sound like a movie, but it's all real. His name is Vyacheslav Penchukov, but in the dark world of hacking they called him Tank. A Ukrainian man who climbed from gaming cheat forums all the way up to becoming one of the most wanted cyber criminals on Earth. For almost 10 years, Tank was on the FBI's most wanted list. He led 2 major hacking gangs that stole tens of millions of dollars from people and companies all over the world. Now imagine this. After years of chasing him, authorities finally caught him in 2022 in Switzerland. It was a dramatic operation with snipers on rooftops, police shouting, and his kids crying in fear. He says they threw him on the ground and covered his head with a bag. Today, Tank is sitting in a low-security prison in Colorado, the Inglewood Correctional Facility. That's where a BBC reporter met him face-to-face. And guess what? The guy didn't walk in like a defeated criminal. He came in smiling and even winked at the reporter, like he was greeting an old friend. He said, "I'm a friendly guy. I make friends easily." With a huge grin on his face. It's this charm that helped him rise to power, not just his hacking skills. Tank started his journey in Donetsk, Ukraine. Just a teenager looking for cheats for FIFA 99 and Counter-Strike. From those gaming forums, he slipped into the underworld of hacking. He joined a small crew that would later become known as the Jabber Zeus gang. They created malware that could steal money directly from people's bank accounts. And it worked. Back then, banks had no idea how to stop it. Cybersecurity was still new, and hackers like Tank were unstoppable. He says he used to work 6 to 7 hours a day stealing money from overseas accounts. And by night, he would go out to clubs and perform as a DJ. He called himself DJ Slava Rich, living a double life of a cyber thief and a party star. By his early 20s, he was so rich he said he bought new cars like they were new clothes. 6 of them, all luxury German models. Imagine that kind of arrogance. But as always, greed leads to mistakes. And one day, police managed to trace him after they hacked into the gang's private chats. They caught him slipping up when he mentioned personal details about his daughter's birth. The FBI launched an operation called Trident Beach. They arrested people in Ukraine and the UK. But Tank somehow escaped. He says he saw flashing police lights, hit the gas on his Audi S8 with a Lamborghini engine, and outran them at top speed. He laughed as he told the story. He went into hiding and laid low. For a while, it seemed like he got away. He even tried to go straight by starting a coal business. But once you're in the system, you never really get out. When Russia invaded Crimea in 2014, his business collapsed. His apartment got hit by a missile, and corrupt officials kept shaking him down for bribes. So he did what he knew best. He went back to hacking. This time, it wasn't about stealing from small banks, it was about ransomware. Locking up computers and demanding payments to unlock them. A darker and more ruthless game. He joined big ransomware groups like Maze, Egregor, and Contai, making around $200,000 a month, he says proudly. He claims some hackers even had connections with Russian intelligence agencies. They talked to what they called handlers, probably from the FBI. Of course, Russia denies it. Penchukov later became a leader in another gang called IcedID. They infected more than 150,000 computers. They would choose which ones could make the most money. One of their victims was a hospital in Vermont. They lost over $30 million and couldn't treat patients for weeks. He denies leading that particular attack. He says he only admitted it to reduce his sentence. But the damage was already done. Now he sits in prison, serving 2 9-year sentences at the same time. He owes more than $50 million in restitution. Yet he still believes the punishment is too harsh. He says, "Not smart enough? I'm in prison," laughing at his own failure. In prison, he spends his time playing sports and learning English and French. He's also studying for high school diplomas, still trying to show he's the smart guy. When the reporter asked him about his victims, he didn't show much emotion. He said he never really thought about them, except once, when they had charity for disabled children. That's when he said he felt some regret. But for most of the conversation, he spoke with pride and nostalgia, like he missed the thrill of it all. One of his old victims, a small family business in New Mexico, lost $12,000 to his gang. For them, it was devastating. That money was supposed to pay rent and staff, and the owner's elderly mother blamed herself for the loss, even though it wasn't her fault. And that's the sad part. While hackers like Tank saw it as a game or easy money, real people were losing everything. Some businesses never recovered. Toward the end of the interview, Tank reflected a bit. He said the only mistake he made was trusting other hackers too much. He said in cybercrime, there are no friends, only informants waiting to betray you when the police come knocking. He said, paranoia is a constant friend of hackers, and that success always leads to mistakes. You get too comfortable, too confident, and that's when they catch you. His old partner, Maxim Yakubets, known as Aqua, is still out there. One of the most wanted men in the cyber world. There's even a $5 million bounty on his head. But unlike Tank, he hasn't made the mistake of leaving Russia. And maybe that's the final lesson here. You can run. You can hide. You can even become rich and famous in the dark corners of the internet. But in the end, every hacker slips. Every criminal gets tired. And the system catches up eventually. So if you're out there thinking hacking is easy money, remember Tank's story. Because it always ends the same way. With fear, betrayal, and years behind bars. Remember, charm and quick wins can only carry you so far. Choices leave traces, and consequences always follow. Choose differently. Tank's story is a powerful reminder that in the world of cybercrime, charm and quick wins can only carry you so far. Choices leave traces, and consequences always follow. Choose differently. For more incredible true stories and insights into the digital world, make sure to subscribe to Unreal Headlines.